Welcome everyone to part 4 of the solar plexus chakra, where we've been studying joy with Archangel Gabriel, and we're going to do one more session with joy, maybe 2, we'll see. So let's jump into the slideshow. Oh, and the date is Friday the 13th.
Yes, indeed.
It's Friday the 13th today.
Wow.
All right, so here we are. We're part 4, and we're working with joy right now. So we're going to do a tiny bit of review here too. Oh, no, we're not. We're going to go right into the tail end of the channeling with Archangel Gabriel through Linda Dillon. And Archangel Gabriel says what ascension is about. And she says, let me speak to this. You are not joyful about the poverty or the despair or the hunger that exists, but there's also a very popular notion that, and it has become a behavior pattern, particularly in the Western world, and certainly among certain groups, that if you are in despair and angst, that it somehow is indicative that you care. Angst and despair, disappointment, none of these ever resolve and raise the vibration of the very thing that you are in angst about. So when you hold the joy and you bring the light, not as being Pollyannas or in denial, but to bring real light to a situation, then you are truly in your creative force. So real light is gratitude. Just like what Steve was talking about earlier, he found gratitude about a situation and it shifted, it reframed his way of feeling and thinking about the past. And yes, Darren.
Yeah, would real light also be wisdom?
Sure.
Yes, it would be, because wisdom is connected to deep reverence for everything. Yep. Wisdom was explained as a magenta color taught to us by the Buddha, but when he went into it, it was deep, deep gratitude for everything. So yes, wisdom would be real light as well. And then she goes on, the tribe in South Africa does not spend time in angst and despair, that there may be a drought coming or that the well for village is over is dry. They have learned to cope, to share the joy, to raise the vibration. And when they do, the water comes. So it's the same with the throat, because there's water, there's saliva in the throat, and it's connected to the blue energy. Raise the vibration is often connected to forgiveness of a situation, to share the joy, forgiveness, and gratitude. So if we're struggling with anything to do with the throat, doing the forgiveness work and coming to gratitude, finding reasons to be gratitude for a situation can clear up throat issues and obviously other situations as well. So we're reframing the past. Okay. And so this is somebody that called in. Her name is Susan to the radio show, and she said, I have been raising my vibration and connecting to spirits in moments very profoundly. And then on this other side, I have a situation with my daughter who is an adult. The relationship is severed and she is walking a dark path that happened very suddenly. I think she's talking about an addiction issue here. So I'm wondering if you have any guidance on that. And Archangel Gabriel says, the power of healing. I know, dear, that we have been speaking of joy, but again, you raise the issue as a mother because it hurts when you see your child go awry, and particularly if they're going awry, not in a way of clearing, but in a way of choice, of choosing an alternate path. Now, also understand, and I remind thee, that even those who are on alternate paths are still being penetrated and lifted up and brought to the entrance point of the portal. So do not lose hope or faith. But yes, I have some very practical advice. The soul conversations are highly effective and potent, so do that. So see, even if we do nothing for, everyone on the planet, even though we're sending love and we're reaching out and doing community work and all that, just know what she says here. Everyone's being penetrated and lifted up and brought two understandings of the heart. Like the entrance point of the portal is really our heart consciousness, us understanding our heart consciousness. And Steve, have you got your hand up, or is that a thumbs up?
Yes. No. Oh, I'm sorry. Should be a hand up. There we
Okay.
go. Just a spelling error, dear. Spelling error. Conservation should be conversations. Yes.
Oh, over, where is it?
Soul conversations. It says soul.
Oh, I missed
Conservation.
it there. Yeah. Okay.
That's all. Okay.
I did that in another one too. I caught it. Yeah. Let's do some conservation work.
Yeah.
I will change that. Yeah, so soul conversations, she goes into that a little bit, I think in the next slide, actually. But again, we want to be, when we're doing the soul conversation, so that's higher self talking to higher self and just how you feel about the situation. The point is for us to understand the forgiveness and gratitude work from our end, and then it's more potent because it automatically goes out of us to our loved ones or to whoever we're doing the work with, so that the healing is more powerful when we really get it from our end. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So this is the soul conversation that she said to have, and the wording is quite specific. It's always, I love you, I have loved you forever, I honor you, I respect you, and I know the truth of who you really are. And the other part is, I support you. So, and then she says, can you come back to me? When I learned from my guide, she said to ask, what do you need? So here, there's always like a question is involved as well. So Archangel Gabriel says here, can you come back to me? So, or what do you need? And Catriona told me the soul will always answer. So you'll get an answer right away. Yes, Ken.
Okay, so let me see if I understand this. So I say, can you come back? I say the whole thing. Okay, would you send that to me, please?
Yeah, absolutely. And you can do this with your friend John. You can do it with anybody that's struggling. And it's working with the violet flame, because then she says, then send the violet flame. And Saint Germain came to you and talked to you about the violet flame. So it is the flame of the I am presence. And she also says to cup your hands together and place your loved one within your hands, hold a photo, a memento, and send the energy of the violet flame of Saint Germain. It will penetrate, it will reach not only throughout the planet, but throughout the universe. So it's very powerful. And it's similar to what the Divine Mother told us. You know, as we do the energy sending, it goes very fast, wherever we're intending for it to go.
No, don't take it down yet. Okay, so, oh God. So now does this work with just me also?
Yeah, sure, you can do it on yourself. Absolutely. Or get Lillian to do it on you. Yeah.
Apparently I'm the bad guy these days, folks.
We can do it. We can practice sending it to you as well.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will. Darren, you want to do some work?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, and Steve, if you want to do some practicing soul conversations.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Ken, you wanted a slide. I put it in the chat window.
Oh.
okay. And I'll send it to you by email.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know how to get it out of the chat window.
Yeah, no problem. I will send this to you I'll send it to all of us. And
Good.
then we can all practice.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah, okay, you're welcome. And this is a really easy way to do the soul conversation. We should all have it memorized anyways. Mhm.
Oh, I should get this one down too.
Mhm. Yeah, and I'll send it to you, Steve.
Okay, boom.
Okay,
Yep.
good. Okay, so now we're going to do just a tiny bit of review about, yes, Darren.
On that previous slide, what is the crab about?
Oh, that's just the crab is holding. I was just trying to figure out, because she says, cup your hands together and place your loved one within your hands. So within our hands is the violet flame. Everybody carries the violet flame in their hands and their fingertips. So when you cup your hands together, you're actually putting the violet flame there. But the crab, I just used the crab as a metaphor, because the crab was, you could see the hand, like the hands holding something, and I put something between the
Okay.
claws of the crab. It was just me having fun, trying to get us to remember how to do the work. And sometimes when you see something odd, then you remember.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay. So now we're just going to do a little bit of review about the solar plexus. So it is right here above the belly button chakra. And what we're doing is we're learning to balance the physical form into love for the mother and the father energy inside of us. So that's why the big X here, to remind us to be in that equality inside. And the solar plexus is connected to our nervous system. So this is coming out of all anxiety. The spleen connected to the blood. So again, forgiveness of everything. The stomach, storage facility. The liver, which is what we're learning to detox that. So lemons connected to the yellow solar plexus. Drinking, lemon water is very good for us. And the gallbladder, again, it's a storage and a release place. So connected to support and function. And this is what we're learning to balance in the physical form. Connected to the mother and the father, going right back to mom and dad. Forgiveness and gratitude is a good way to look at it. Okay, so then the solar plexus is bright sunshine yellow, connected to daffodils and buttercups and gold, the color of gold, a center of will, center of joy and awe, clearing further emotional pain. It makes sense that Ken and I are dealing with throat issues because it's further emotional pain we're clearing out. Place of balance. When we are in alignment with our will and divine will, we are in that balance of give and receive. So forgiveness and receiving gratitude for ourselves and being able to be in that place of gratitude for everyone. This is a creation chakra, beginning to truly manage fifth dimensional qualities of managing and creating change internally, externally, aligning within and without. So again, it's that balance place, managing this balance place of the mother and the father inside of us, growing and anchoring the divine qualities of patience, humor, stamina, wisdom, like Darren brought in the wisdom. The fifth dimension is where our beloved Gaia has anchored her heart, her being during this time of shift, of ascension, of change. We're here to welcome the changes and acknowledge our ability, our power with this bright yellowy lemon to bring into physical reality of Gaia, what you choose to create. So basically, we're creating perfect health within the physical form. And from there, there's so many other things we can create too. Okay. And then Albert, he talks about fifth dimension connected to this chakra, growth opportunity, ability to cope, create, manage, and manipulate change. Change is constant. How to deal with and create change, precursor to creation. So the more we're in balance in the physical form, then we can move on to projects easily. Yes.
Well, I kind of object to the word manipulate. Can it be something like transform or transmogrifate or something like that? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so the reason I think he said manipulate is that we are learning to work with something like forgiveness and gratitude. I don't think you meant it as a negative in any way.
Okay.
It's us working on transformation, but what is transformation but change?
Okay.
We are learning to actually manipulate change. And I
Okay.
think the mother used that word too at one point. I can't remember what it was for, but yeah, it's not a negative.
Okay.
It's a balancing word to work with change. Yeah.
Okay.
And he says you live in an infinite universe, one that is constantly in the process of change and growth. And if you are not able to manage change internally and externally, then you cannot incorporate the qualities of the higher dimensions with grace. So yeah, we're learning to change our ways of thinking, basically, and feeling. Change to divine alignment. The growth aspect of the fifth is the ability to move through change. Again, he uses the word manipulating it in ways that are loving, kind, considerate of self and the collective, and respectful of the grander plan of unfoldment. So it's all about loving self, being grateful to self, forgiveness of self, and ability to extend that out to the situations that we've witnessed when we're little and growing up. Okay. Great deal of discussion about Earth moving into the fifth dimension speaks to a fundamental misunderstanding of the quality of dimensions. The dimensions are not fixed points on a compass. They are a circle dancing, moving, and expanding constantly. There is constant movement with and between all of dimensions. They are fluid. So besides the third, there are 11 other dimensions. There's 12 altogether, and they're etheric classrooms that we're going in and out of all the time as we evolve. And there's different levels within the dimensions. The planet, animal, and human kingdoms collectively have been intensely learning the lessons of constant change, explosion in technology, human advances. The human community has managed enormous change in the past few hundred years. Not always well or wisely, but that is the nature of the dimension, and it offers the opportunity to learn the growth lessons of that dimension. Gaia operates at a very different frequency and time-space continuum from humans and has conquered the lessons of change eons ago. So have most of the other kingdoms. Just like when you witness your cats, you can see that they're very much in their hearts. And that's what we're learning to be in the heart space all the time. And in that, it's complete and utter love for everything, basically, just like the mother and the father are. Okay. When there is discussion about moving from one dimension to another, simply think of it as moving from one classroom to another, passing from one grade to another, while understanding that sometimes we have to go back and review basic principles in order to remind ourselves what we learned and forgot. So that's us. We tend to forget, and that's why we're going constantly over and over this information. You do not eliminate the spatial and time continuum because you are moving interdimensionally. You are expanding yourself while remaining in the form and expression of the third. The qualities of growth that occur as part of the shifting in and through the fifth dimension are patience, stamina, humor, and wisdom. That the more things change, the more they are constant. So we're moving into the constant of love. So change into love, love, love. Love and joy are constants, my friend. And by the way, why would you think these blessings and qualities are the exclusive purview of the third dimension? That is truly human ego. So the blessings and virtues are within all the dimensions. And like he said here, love and joy are constants. So, and we've been studying joy. And here's joy: to be fully thankful, grateful, and one with the gift of life, purpose, and spirit, to be a reflection of the perfection of the creation of self and all, to live in and remain with the heart for all time. Joy is the color of gold. Yes, and Darren brought up the oneness when he talked about the tree that was moving in the last class, and he felt like he was in the oneness. So that's basically being one with the gift of life. That was a good metaphor, Darren. Yeah. Okay, so then Archangel Gabriel, central administrator for God, known as the lily of love, the trumpet of truth. And she works with her gold with us on joy, on healing, on creation. Now, her gold is like old gold. And then Sanat Kumara's gold is bright gold. The father's gold is more yellow. So there's many shades of gold. It's called the ray of gold, from light to burnished gold. So that's why there's lots of different golds that I use. She's coming forward as a feminine energy at this point. In the Bible, she was more masculine. Her name was spelled with E-L. Now she's coming forward to help with the divine feminine rising within each of us and on planet. And her name is now E-L-L-E, to help with the divine feminine rising and part of the balance. When we post the archangels, Michael is always by the door, and then Raphael, Uriel, Jophiel, and Gabrielle is always in the middle with the golden ascension spiral. So she's bringing that quality with her. So yes, Darren.
So would the burnished gold of Gabrielle be more related to the feminine energy?
Well, she's burnished gold when she was masculine too.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, Archangel Michael is blue, and the mother is a very blue energy. So, but the mother is everything. She's masculine and feminine, just like we are. We're both energies. I think this is the key, just knowing that we're both. Everyone is both. And so Gabrielle is masculine and feminine. Michael is masculine and feminine. You are masculine and feminine. And we're learning to bring that into balance in the physical form. The conflict between the masculine and the feminine is what has created inside of us, has created war on the planet. And now we have a new one that's exploded. And so the more we are in that love for both energies, in forgiveness, in gratitude inside of us, it helps bring the planet to peace. Does that make sense? As within, so without. That's how important this work is that we're doing, balancing inside of ourselves, out of all resentment for the past. And the weirdest thing is, it's insidious. Sometimes we don't even know we're carrying it. Well, that's why if we manifest a throat or like any kind of injury in the physical form, it's a really good idea to keep asking questions. What am I holding on to? What am I not in forgiveness of mom? Or what am I not in forgiveness of dad? Or where am I not in gratitude to mom? Or where am I not in gratitude to dad? Because it's insidious and we don't even realize we're carrying it. And so Gabrielle says she brings a bounty of joy, of gratitude to everyone. There's always enough to go around to share. Joy is who you are. Ingratitude to yourself, that's who we are. You are the substance of love and the matter of joy. You are the embodiment of that essence of laughter and the tinkling of gladness, the song of freedom. All of these are interwoven as one into your being. You have shifted my sweet angels into the fifth dimension of understanding deeper gratitude for self and for others. New reality of Gaia. And humility is all about being in gratitude for each other. So many of these blessings and virtues are deep gratitude for self and for others. She says it's news etched in gold. There is enormous, in this reality, there is enormous joy, never-ending, infinite, eternal joys. Yes, Darren.
Yeah, I find it really interesting, this line that says, we are the substance of love and the matter of joy. Could you expand on that a little bit?
Well, I believe she's talking about understanding what love is. And this is more like the matter. Well, they're both physical. Substance and matter, it's really physical. But what does it mean? What is she talking about? And it tends to go back to self-love and self-worth. And love, self-love, from my understanding, is understanding the forgiveness of everything. So that substance, the forgiveness connected to love, and the matter, the self-worth, which is connected to being in gratitude for self. So it's very physical, self-love and self-worth. And it's connected to us in our physical form, understanding that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Does this mean that there are not people or situations or environments where the old debris of the third that crumbles, that does not hurt you, irritate you, or cause you momentary pain? No, it doesn't. But what it does mean is that as that occurs and as you witness that destruction of the old, that you have this wellspring, that you have this ocean of golden radiance to drink, to call upon, to nourish you. So the more we're in that gratitude and forgiveness, that self-love and self-worth, that what's happening in the without doesn't affect us as much. We're not triggered by it. When you wish to heal, fill yourself with my golden elixir, for it will permeate every cell, every pore, every organ, your blood, everything, and it renews you. Gratitude is an amazing practice to anchor in, like a gratitude journal, or just wake up in the morning and tell yourself how grateful you are for everything. Joy, gratitude, is the anti-aging agent of the century, and it makes you beautiful and radiant because there's nothing more beautiful than joy. Yes, I am a little biased, but I also know the truth. I am the lily of love. I am the trumpet of truth. And dear heart, my trumpet, my horn is gold. There is nothing meek and mild about gold. And yes, there are many who say that I am the most outspoken archangel there is. Well, I take that as a compliment because joy is outrageous. Gratitude, being in gratitude is outrageous.
It's also contagious as well.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. Joy is clarion, but joy is also gentle. It is as soft as my lily and as the golden center of pistil. So that's those little things in the middle of the lily. So I welcome you. You do not need to claim your joy, but it does need to be built upon. So that's the practice. You know, she says 15 minutes of joy a day. I say, wake up in joy. Just say, I am grateful, and jump out of bed. And it needs to be built upon because you are the way showers, you are the pathfinders, you are the teachers, the healers, the channels, and you cannot do that if you're stuck in depression and doldrum. What is the antidote for depression or clearing or doldrums? It is a very generous dose of joy. It is the golden elixir that expands and heals all parts of your body and all parts of your bodies, your sacred field. So it literally expands out into the field because all pain and suffering actually starts out in the field and it comes into the physical form. So the more we're in gratitude, it just goes pushing out into the field and it dissolves the pain and the suffering that we tend to create in the physical form. Joy is the still point between the masculine and the feminine. It is all. It does not pick and choose. It is free and abundant to all. I'm infusing you with this even as we speak. I want you to call and sing from the treetops, to spread your wings and fly, to rise like the phoenix from the ashes of the third and ascend. I will carry you if that is what it takes, and I will do so joyfully. Come with me. Let us explore this wondrous mystery called joy. So joy, basically gratitude for the masculine, gratitude for the feminine. So go right back to mom and dad, be in gratitude, and reframe how we feel about the past. And that is ascension, basically, is what she's saying. It is all being in gratitude. Okay. And this is Graham, and he says joy is who you are, and he talks about the Lion King, and it's all about remembering who we are. And I love it that he says here, reframe my thinking and remember my natural state is joy. So our natural state, and that's what Albert Einstein said too. Our natural state, our constant is love and joy. And Archangel Raphael says there's no difference between healing and creation, and that's love and joy. Because every healing is a creation and every creation is a healing. So to focus on what brings you joy is like what the mother said too. Okay, and yeah, Graham again says it's who I am. I am all these divine qualities. It opens the door really wide to step into that and really connect to that. And gratitude is a great big piece of that. So Archangel Gabriel says that's a beautiful analogy about the Lion King. And yes, joy is the truth of who you are. It is the core that burns brightly. So the truth, there's a little silver flame in the pink one in the heart tri-flame. So the truth of who you are, it's right there in the tri-flame. When you are not in joy, when you feel that you have stepped outside that reality, and let me tell you, it is not just our reality, it is the reality and the core, the mirror of who you are. I ask of thee that you ask yourself, why on earth am I making choices or doing things? Because it is free will decisions. Why am I choosing any area of my life that is not a reflection and a demonstration and a builder of joy? So building that bonfire of joy, of gratitude within ourselves is part of our responsibility. You cannot, dear hearts, fall into this illusion that somehow it is being done to you. You are far more powerful creators than that. So she's reminding us it's up to us. It's our core responsibility to find the gratitude and be the gratitude for yourself, basically, for the courage it took to be here, because this is a really not an easy journey. Then she goes on, you do not create successfully. It does not stick, as it were, if you do not stay in the heart of joy. And here she says 15 minutes every day in human reality. And it's interesting the examples that she does. She says, in your body, in physicality, doing something that brings you joy, simply staring at your sleeping child. It could be with your cats, Ken and Lillian, looking at old photographs, pictures of beautiful places, music, bubble baths, memories. Steve, I know you like listening to music.
Very much.
Yes.
Oh, also painting brings me joy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I started looking, I've got, I don't know how many photo albums that came to me of my kids. So I've started looking at that, and it brought up all this. Look at this. It was so fun. Looking at them when they were little. Wow, so fun. Okay, so she says, we do not take enough time for these. When you do, it reignites your joy. It spreads. It infuses your entire being. 15 minutes of real joy in the physical is enough to carry you the entire day. It will simply build. Okay, so, and I just this was one of my daughter's paintings. She painted these 3 candles, but one's blue, one's pink, and one's yellow. And we didn't realize what we were doing, but she was actually painting the tri-flame with a bit of grace in the blue and joy with the pink and purity with the yellow. So it was pretty cool. And so there is never-ending, infinite, eternal joy. Think of joy as the flame that burns away, all the old belief systems, fear, mistrust, lack. You cannot be in gratitude and be carrying the old belief systems. So that's a really good point to make there. And then there's me saying, remember I said, be like a tree. Joy goes with you wherever you go. Joy is within you, thee, child. It has always been. And I just wanted to say that the tree automatically receives the light, but it also automatically draws up the water, the forgiveness. So the gratitude and the forgiveness, tree is automatically pulling up the water and being in the light. So just know that that's who we are too. We've got water running through the physical form, and we are the light. So we are everything. And this is the balancing between the 2 hemispheres of the brain. Just knowing they're slightly different, but we're here for them both to merge and get along and be love. So think of yourself as a green spaceman or a green tree with humor. Okay. Joy is who we are. My natural state is joy. We're not to assume burdens or realities. This is us. Let's restore this. Okay, so this is not turning away from people that are struggling. So this is her saying, sometimes we simply take a left turn and try to avoid, because this is not bringing us joy, rather than seeing through it and also saying we'd better fix this because it's going to affect all of our joy. So it's not running away from people that are kind of bringing us down. It's facing into it and seeing how we can all come into community. So she says joy is contagious. It is a strong viral energy, and it moves at lightning speed, in lightning speed. So being in gratitude, just knowing it's who we are, is a big part of this. There's joy is the anti-aging agent of the century. But also this is interesting, because this is me just going over small points about joy, and it's when to acknowledge your right for joy. So there are times when the greatest gift is saying we are not in joy, we are not creating and co-creating. This is not for our highest good. So say this is a relationship that just isn't working. So then you each bless and love each other and know that you're not the catalyst for each other's joy. Let us create distance so we can breathe and rediscover that joy and support each other, either actually or from a very far distance, in that rediscovery of joy. So sometimes it just doesn't work when we're in relationship, and that separation is important so each being can discover their joy. So these situations are individual, and just know, really listen to your guidance. If we're not supposed to be in a situation, then to remove self and anchor the joy in from a distance, and just know that everybody has joy within them. And then this is us still doing the clearing, and wondering why we're still doing it. Often it's because it's for the collective. So, and it's a soul contract kind of thing to do. So Ken, you and I with our throat, we could be doing it on behalf of the collective, but also, yeah. And I think that's what the lady that I had in reading today, and she said she's been doing it for 8 years. I think she was doing it for the collective. So sometimes it's a mission, but the more that we bring ourselves back to the place of gratitude for everything, and reframing how we feel for the past, it can bring us into that deeper space of divine alignment where there's no suffering. So just know that it can be part of what our mission is, to go really deep into the gratitude. Okay. And this is us just shining everything up, claiming our joy, wanting everything. I want it to be a wonderful mirror. I want to see if there's a speck of dirt on this floor. So I'm shining it up. And just know that Gaia is in her joy. She's singing to the planets in her galaxy, and she is shining brightly. And then this is the soul conversations, knowing that it will penetrate their consciousness. So everyone's birthright is joy. And there's that slide that we looked at the very beginning. And there it is again. I love you. I've loved you forever. I honor you. I respect you. And I know the truth of who you really are. I support you. Can you come back to me? Can you release the pain, the addiction? So that's all of us that are struggling with any kind of issue, or just want to release it and be that joy that we all are. Okay. And then this is just, I put in the different archangels. There's Michael with peace, Raphael, Uriel, Yophael, Saint Germain. Just know they're all around us, helping us come into this balanced place. And here is the one that I was talking about at the beginning. I am forgiveness and gratitude for my mother. And you can do the Father too, but it is connected to the blue of the throat and the yellow of the solar plexus. So just know we're working both energies to come into that balance in the physical form. Okay. So there we go. That's joy for us, reminding us to be in gratitude, in that really deep gratitude for self.
Thank you.
And remember the forgiveness piece too. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So let's just come out. Oh, unless we want to do just send. Why don't we? Oh, I don't know. I think we've got to come out. Okay. There we go. But I was saying we didn't do our sending, so we could do our sending just from here. Do you feel like doing some sending of energy?
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Okay, let's send out some joy out to the planet. Okay, so 10 minutes. Let's do it.
I got a question.
Yes.
What is it called when you combine is it grace? No, it's not grace. It's
Penitence, by penitence.
no, it's when we take the dark red of the ruby red of the
Root chakra.
root chakra, and then the forest green. What is that called? Of
Oh,
the
compassion. Compassion. Yes.
Heart chakra.
yeah. So is that a good thing we can add to compassion, to add to joy?
Yes, absolutely. There's compassion in joy. So just know, yes. Yeah, that's the non-judgment of everything. So when you're in really deep gratitude, you're not judging anything. You are compassion.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. Good point. These divine qualities, the blessings and virtues, they all interact with each other. You can't have one without the other.
Oh.
And that's the beauty of it. And that's why it can be kind of confusing for people, but just know it's so beautifully orchestrated with the colors and the understandings.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Mhm. Yeah, it's amazing. Like, you can't have love without truth or truth without love. Joy seems to be within everything. But gratitude, like when you're in that state of gratitude, it's very uplifting. Yeah, and that's why the ascension spiral is gold. It's a spiral of gratitude. The more you're in gratitude for yourself, the more you're there. And in gratitude is the understandings of forgiveness and peace. Enjoy. Okay. So let's.
Can I make one observation before we jump into meditation? And I've said this before, but it's something that I probably should repeat over and over and over again. That's that we get into a problem with self-love. We think it's an action of some sort, that we have to find the motor, and we turn on the motor and we generate self-love. And none of that is true. What is actually true is when we're on the higher dimensions, but sometimes on this dimension too, we can break through to it, so to speak. Love comes up, and love has to flow. So if love comes up, I don't hold on to it because it has to flow, right? And if when love comes up, I circulate it around me, that is self-love. And then I send it out to the world because it has to flow, right? So it's an altogether different view of self-love. It's not me going, I'm loving myself or whatever, nothing like that. It's just enjoying the love that's there in my heart and comes up, and then sending it out to the world.
Would you do that again, please?
Which one? Which one? You want to replay?
Yes, please.
Well,
But I think it also translates into physicality, because the more you write, Steve, you're love in motion.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, so the more I'm guided to go out into community and be with women that are really struggling, that's a love in motion.
Absolutely. Totally.
So the more Ken and Lillian play with their cats, that's love in motion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ramakrishna said, get into the lake any means you can, and the lake is love, right? Get into the, run in, jump in, get pushed in, doesn't matter. So yeah, cat, writing, painting, going to
hiking,
downtown east side.
Yeah, Darren going hiking. He goes and jumps in that lake many times. He's really good. He loves jumping in the water.
Warm water.
I've asked him a few times if he's jumped in the lakes that he goes to, and he's like, yeah, no.
No. Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in the water in the tropics.
Yeah, me too.
So it's like the more we understand the inner love, the inner flow, it translates into every action we take.
Yeah, that's like, that love is within us all the time. All we have to do is reveal it. That's all.
Allow it to expression.
Realize it. If we realize it, it's there.
So not like, I know it feels really good. The love flow feels amazing when it happens. But not to worry about trying overly hard to experience that. It's just that it's inner knowing that's who we are. And eventually it will just happen. It just happens.
When the time is right, because your guides and your archangel and the mother are directing the show.
And what Archangel Gabriel says, building the joy, that's key. Because when we physically practice building joy, wow, it explodes. So okay, so let's send that out to the world. Okay, I'll set my timer, and from here I can put everybody on mute if you want. Shall I put everyone on mute for this? Okay, let's do that. Where do I have that? Mute off. There we go. Okay, And then I'll do myself. So here we go. Let's start 10 minutes. Sending joy to the planet. Okay, that's 10 minutes.
Hey, Steve, I just wanted to tell you that I'm doing my laughter out of love, and I hope you feel like I was including you rather than poking fun at you.
Oh, I don't have any recollection of anything
Okay,
amiss. Yeah, no, I
thank
yeah,
you.
I'm good.
We know Ken's got a good sense of humor.
Yes, that's right. Sorry.
It's good.
Oh,
That's we're all supposed to be laughing. It's good. Yes, Steve.
I yawned so much in the last 10 minutes or whatever that I finally went off camera. I didn't want to be seen yawning.
Oh, that's good. That's deep thorough release.
Okay. All right.
That's fantastic.
Right,
If you catch yourself
Thank you.
yawning like that, then Gabriel's helping you release something.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
All
no,
right.
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
When people have like when they come into the reading room and they're doing like I don't know, weird stuff happens, I'm just like go with it. Crying, laughing, and yawning. I'm just like go with it. We're all being helped release something. Mhm.
Okay, good.
And,
Thank
and
you.
lots of times if someone's really struggling with something, I actually start coughing. And I can, yeah, whoever I am starts jumping in and helping too. Mm. And
Wow.
I could tell, and I'll be like, okay, everybody, I'm gonna have a big cough here. Just know it's all helping everything. And I just turn away and cough.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's some old energy that's just moving through.
Yeah, good. Thanks.
Yeah, for the and often it's collective stuff. So you could have releasing some big old sorrow and because I mean there is that new war is connected to the Jewish people. So you could be helping release something there.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of old energy coming out now.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
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 So not to worry, like Ken, you're probably doing something massive. Because are you not Jewish too, Ken?
I was raised Jewish.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself Jewish, but yes.
Okay. So
Same.
that's maybe why because you've had this cough now for a month.
What would you say?
Feels like years, but it's been months, at least
Yeah.
6 weeks.
Okay. Okay. Well, just know that you might be helping with that too somehow.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
am grateful.
Yes. That's nice reframing. That's good. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna have to go.
Okay. Thanks for coming, Steve.
Okay.
Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
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 It's almost like I don't want to let go of you people tonight. I just
Oh.
want to keep, it was so joyful. I just want to keep on going.
Yeah. Well, that's Archangel Gabriel. And I'm gonna keep reviewing Joy in amongst the information. So you're not leaving us, Gabriel. Yeah. No, she's like, I think she doesn't want to leave us. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
What did you say, Ken? Just as I was going off.
Oh, I said that I don't really want to quit tonight because it felt so good.
Good. Got it. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Well, I mean, I hope you feel that too.
Yeah, I do. I just made an appointment, so that's what I have to keep. Okay, see you Monday.
Happy
Bye.
birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday to you too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It was a good one this year. My kids were around.
That's good.
Yeah. Mhm. All right. I'm going to say thank you to everybody that's watching this. I'm going to stop the recording. I'm just going to stop the recording.